Y'all let me know if you can hear me. My thing was messed up, so let me know if you guys can hear me. I appreciate that. Okay. Hey, Melanin Poppin'. Hey, Miss Gibson. All right. So I'm just waiting to see if y'all can hear me. Okay. So as soon as somebody let me know they can hear me, I'll go ahead on and start. Okay, thank you. All right. Well, happy Monday to everybody. I hope you guys are doing good. Thank you, my TikTokers. Okay. So I got a lot of stuff I gotta put out for y'all. All right. So let's just start with this PPP mess again. So you guys have been asking me about the PPP, and I'm gonna give y'all the details again. And as always, damn, I'm trying to set my thing up. Hold on. I ain't playing this one out. It's just easier to put my computer at an angle. Sorry, y'all. All right, so everybody's been asking me again about these PPP loans. So let me go ahead on and break this down for you, okay? Here is what you need to have to be eligible. And what you need to have to be eligible is a business. And yes, please tag me or share this with some of your friends, because these people getting it wrong, and I just want them to get it right. All right. Okay. A business, a church. Stacy Brown, I just answered your question. If you have a church, which is a nonprofit, or if you have a for-profit, an LLC, a corporation, if you are an independent contractor, a sole proprietor, right? You can apply for the PPP, but in order to be eligible, your business, nonprofit, whatever you want to call it, you should have, this business should have been in operation by February 15th, 2020, okay? Now, I know a lot of people are going to say, well, I know people who got it and their business is not in operation, or they don't have a business, okay? And a lot of that is happening. SBA knows it, okay? They're not dumb, right? But how they're going to catch people is, and I don't mean catch like going to jail, I mean catch like surprise, is when you get ready to do a forgiveness for this loan. That loan will not be forgiven if it doesn't meet the qualifications, all right? So I want to make sure y'all understand that just because somebody got a loan, just because somebody says that they can get you a loan and it's forgivable, if you know you don't have a business, if you don't have the tax returns to back it up, you can get the loan. You just will not be having it forgiven. And that's a big difference, okay? So what does it mean when it's not forgiven? Well, that means you have to pay it back, period. Whatever bank you went through, that bank will either make you make payments to them, or they're going to give the information back to the SBA, and you're going to have to make payments through them. One of the two ways, you're going to be paying it back. All right? Now, if you think you are going to get this money and not pay it back, I'm going to tell you what's going to happen then. All right? Because a lot of people aren't reading that fine print. Depending on that amount of the loan, a lot of you may have signed a personal guarantee, meaning that if you don't pay that loan back to the institution that lent it to you, they will put a mark on your business credit if you have business credit, and they're going to put it on your personal credit. Okay, so that's what personal guarantee means. Personal guarantee means that if you don't pay it, because you got this for your business, that the SBA can personally go after you, the person, not your business no more. Okay, they already put a UCC on your business. Most of y'all, and like I said, that depends on the amount. And a UCC is nothing more than them putting a lien on your business. Okay, so if you think like, hey, I'm not gonna pay it, I'll file bankruptcy, they're not gonna make it easy. Okay, because remember, if you get these loans, a lot of times they want you to have insurance or something to insure this, the contents that you supposedly paid for, right? So if you try to go and dismiss it with bankruptcy or something like that, they may require you to sell some of your contents to give them some of the money back, okay? You just don't know. Not only will they put that on your personal credit, if you are a person that receives government benefits, okay? Now, I know a lot of people who receive government benefits. Government benefits, Section 8. Government benefits, student loan. Government benefits, food stamps. Government benefits, housing, lots of stuff. If you think that they won't try to flag you so that you can't get any government benefits, I bet you they will. If you look on the application now, it asks you already, have you defaulted on any federal debt? And if you have not paid these PPP loans back, then guess what? You may lose your right to apply for unemployment. You may lose your right to even continue getting the benefits that you have, okay? So I don't care who get the money. I don't care what you do with the money. That's on you. But make sure that you are not dependent on the person who got you that loan. You make sure you know before you waste your time paying for a forgiveness, because a lot of people are going to be turned down, okay? Now, y'all can ask questions. Please do, because I will answer them as I go. I'm looking now so that I can ask. So, Stacy, I did answer your question. A church can apply for the PPP, all right? Now, here is something that everybody needs to know. If you want your PPP forgiven, you need to have spent 60% of that loan amount on payroll. So if you are, and most of you guys who watch are probably single member businesses, meaning it's just you don't have no employees. If that is you, you should be cutting yourself a check every 2 weeks so that you can show that you paid yourself. Depending on how much your loan is, y'all might need to pay yourself every week so that you can hurry up and get 60% of it, okay? Got a $10,000 loan. I'm going to times that by 0.6. $6,000 of that loan needs to be spent on payroll. Now, how do I do that? I take this $6,000. And again, please tag your friends, because I know it's a whole bunch of people do not know what the heck they doing and got this money and finna be in for a real surprise. Okay. And if you're on TikTok, share it as well. Or you tag somebody. All right. So now we got our $6,000. How I'm gonna pay myself? Easy. I'm gonna take this $6,000 and say you want to pay yourself every 2 weeks. Now remember, if you got the first PPP loan, you have 8 weeks to wait before you can get the second one. And in order to get the second one, you have to have spent this money. So if you are planning to get your second draw, you need to spend. First of all, you need to spend all the money you got, because they're going to ask you, did you spend up the money that you got for the first time? Your answer needs to be yes, because if you say no, you're going to get denied. All right. So you have to show them how you spend it. So I'm going to take that $6,000, and 8 weeks is only 2 months, right? So I have to divide this $6,000 by 4 payments, because it's two pay periods in a month. So I'm gonna divide that by 4. That means every 2 weeks you need to cut a check from your business account to you personally for $1,500, so that when you try to do your loan forgiveness, the bank is going to ask you for proof. They are going to ask you for bank statements. If you don't have bank statements to show that you've been paying yourself, or something to track, most of y'all, the easiest thing to do is just get a bank statement. But if you don't have that, they're going to say no. All right. So it goes, your PPP application for forgiveness goes through two people, the bank and then SBA. So even if the bank says everything is good, you have to wait until the SBA says it's good for it to be good, because the government is the one that's forgiving that loan, not the bank. Okay. The bank is just servicing your application because too many people are applying and SBA can't handle it. Okay. So the bank is not who you need to make happy. The SBA is. All right. So Smooth asked, does a new business qualify? No, it's not. No, a new business does not qualify. Now, does that mean people are applying, are not applying? No. With new businesses, they're still applying. Are people getting approved with new businesses? Yes. But you need to know, one, you're not supposed to be applying. But two, even if you do apply, you need to know that you are going to be held responsible to pay it. All right. So I don't know what excuse you're going to say about why you applied, even though you know you didn't. Some banks on their website will tell you this is the exact time you need to be in business, your eligibility, and some don't say anything. So it's between you and the bank. Okay. All right. Now, if you have not spent your money up, or you have not reached your full 8 weeks, and you try to get another PPP loan before your 8 weeks is over, your forgiveness for the first application is over. All right, I'm gonna say that again. If you get a second PPP loan before the 8 weeks is up from your first one, okay? If you got a loan, your second loan before your covered period has expired, then you have no claims to a PPP forgiveness application. They will not forgive it. So hopefully your bank will deny it if you try to get a loan earlier. Most banks will contact you and say, hey, you're now eligible to apply for your second loan. Some not going to tell you nothing and just let you apply. If they do, you need to know that the first loan is null and void. You will not be able to get that one forgiven. Okay, the SBA just put that out over the weekend. Okay, so I want y'all to know that. Okay, all right, let me see if I got any questions. If you're a sole proprietor, how do you pay yourself? Well, if you're a sole proprietor, and this is just for y'all that don't know, if y'all have a business, whether you're a sole proprietor or independent contractor or not, you should have a business account. Okay, and the easiest way to go and do that is, if you're a sole proprietor, then you need to pay the $50, or depending on what state you're in, they're usually less than $100, and pay for a fictitious name and go and get you an EIN for free and from the IRS, and then take those two documents, because you can get them, you can pay for the fictitious name and get it that day or within the next day, and the EIN you can get the same day. Take that to the bank and open up an account so you can write yourself some checks. I have told a lot of people who are worried about, how am I going to get this forgiveness? Well, that's what I'm telling them to do. Go and open up a bank account ASAP so that you can write yourself checks from your business to you. Okay. Stacy said, how can we use the money for a church? Can we say we're using it to fix up for the church? I don't care what you use the money for. Okay, you can use the money for repairs, right? You can. But if you are going to get it forgiven, if you plan on getting it forgiven, you need to take a moment and print out the forgiveness application. It has all the 10 sections on there of where the money can go towards. Everybody's so happy to get this money and spend it, but nobody's preparing for what's about to happen later. And that's what I want to prepare y'all for, because some of y'all gonna be paying, and some of y'all gonna get a lot of no's when y'all go to get your application forgiven, because whoever did your application didn't tell you the truth, and they done robbed you and took your $5,000. And I know I'm talking to a lot of people, especially here on Facebook, who done got duped and paid $5,000 or some ridiculous amount of money to somebody for a loan. Now, if you did it, that's your business, but I'm letting you know, more than likely, if you had to pay somebody that much for a loan, they did that for you because you didn't qualify, and they want your money because they did you a favor. So you need to pay them back. That's why they charge you so much. But when it comes time to get that loan forgiven, you're going to be looking crazy with the stuck face. Okay. So if you already know that your business is not or was not set up prior to February 19th, 2020, and you can't prove it, you are going to be paying it back. All right. The next thing, if you apply for the PPP loan using your 2020 information, there is no second draw for you. Okay. Even though it's your first loan, you applied in the last tax season that we're ever going to have this. So if you did with your 19 taxes, you have an opportunity to get the first draw, second draw. If you applied and you used your 2020 taxes, you get one check. That's it. There is nothing else, okay? So make sure you tell somebody that. Let me see. So before I move on, let me ask, anybody got any questions before I move on from the PPP, okay? So I just want to make sure y'all are tracking, because I do got more stuff coming out. Okay, now, all right, SBA, let me give out some new stuff. SBA has, if you know anybody with a food truck, okay, anybody with a restaurant, anybody who sells food, alcohol, and I'm mostly talking to people in the food truck, because a lot of the people who have restaurant businesses have already applied for loans, but a lot of you guys who have food trucks did not know. But the SBA is coming out with a RRF. It's a Restaurant Revitalization Fund loan. They're getting ready to start. It should start next week. If you guys hit me up, I will give you a link so you can go and read, so you can have all your documents ready. The SBA has already said be prepared early, because they know a lot of people are going to apply, and they're only having this loan open for 21 days. 21 days, all right? Now, how do you figure out how much you're going to get? They're going to take your 2019 sales. They're going to minus out your 2020 sales. Whatever that total is, they're going to also subtract your PPP loan from that amount. And whatever is left over, that is what you can get as your loan to have your business be able to continue to run for the rest of the 24 months. All right. So again, they're going to take your 2019 sales, subtract your 2020 sales, and also subtract whatever you got for a PPP loan. And that is how they're going to give you whatever's left. Okay. And remember, this is only 21 days. So if y'all don't get on it, that money gonna be gone. And if y'all remember from last time, y'all know these big restaurants jumped in. You know, the Ruth Chris and the Cheesecake Factory and all of them big old places jumped, and they took all the money. So I'm letting y'all know now that by the end of this week or next week, and I will put it out when it opens, please jump on that. And then, like I said, again, if you know somebody with a food truck, help them get some money, okay? Because we love food trucks, all right? And they're small and they need money too, all right? Now, if y'all got any questions about that, ask me now before I go on. I'm trying to do it a little slower, make it a little different for y'all, okay? All right, okay, good, no questions. Let me see on TikTok. I don't have any questions. All right, now, that targeted grant. A lot of y'all have been getting that email for the SBA targeted grant. That is the one where they're going to give you the difference of the 10,000. All right. Now, let me start off. If you apply for, well, let me back up. When you get the email, you have 30 days to apply, or your link will no longer work. Okay. 30 days to apply, or the link will not work for the SBA targeted grant. So make sure that you are apply for that as soon as it comes out. And the reason that they tell you that to apply is because the money, this is money based. So if you don't go and get that money when you get that email, you're gonna miss out. All right, that's one. Two, if you got several loans, and I know a lot of you that got several SBA loans, you are gonna get several emails. You can apply for every single one of them. But if you do not know which one to apply for, please go in your emails and look up disaster customer service. That is who emailed you. Get your right information so you can apply for the loan or the grant, with the right business. Okay, because you start mixing up businesses and loan numbers and application numbers, denied. They are going to deny you. Okay. So make sure you take a couple extra minutes and actually log into the portal so you can make sure you know which grant application you're applying for. Now, what happens if you get an invitation and you don't live in a low income area? That ain't on you. If you get an invitation and you don't live in a low income area, apply anyway. They send it to you to invite you to apply. All right. Next thing, if you are denied, the SBA just came out this weekend that they now will let you do a reconsideration for the grant. If you got denied, and the only way you're going to know that you got denied is you're going to have to check the portal. That same disaster customer service I just told you to look at, that is what you need to look at still when you are applying for this loan, this grant, excuse me, so that one, you can see your status, all right? It's the same, it's very similar to when you first got the EIDL loan. You will see that it'll say, it'll show a percentage, a circle, and it'll show a percentage of how much you're done or how much you're gonna get or where you are in the process. So you can go in there and look, okay? Now, if you got something saying you got $1,000 and you never got the $1,000, that's happened to a lot of people. I've been contacted a lot and they're saying, I was told that I got some money and I never received it. If that happened to you, you need to call the SBA ASAP and tell them that you want them to trace down where that money came from. They at DC, which is more than likely where you're going to be calling, they're not going to be able to help you in DC. They're going to give you a number to another office. I believe it's either in Kansas or Texas, where they actually send out the check. They're going to give you a number and a address. And if they don't, I'm telling you what to tell them. You want the phone number and an address so that you can write or email or call somebody, because that's money that they said they paid you, but you never got it. And if you're going to be on the hook for anything, at least give you all your money that they said they gave to you. So please be mindful and check that. That's why I want a lot of you guys to go do that grant, because you're going to see that they said they gave you money that you never even got. I knew somebody that said they told him he got $4,000. He never got a dime. He's still trying to chase down that money, and they owe that to him because they said they gave him and they never gave it to him. All right. All right. So again, if you don't know, thank you for sharing my video, y'all. If you don't know, you can find your, you can go to your portal, but you first got to go to your email. It's a crazy email address to give to you. So I'm going to tell you to go to your email, and all you got to do is search your email for under disaster customer service so that you can see the money that they gave you, that they are going to give you, or you can check the status of your targeted grant. Okay, so that's one. All right, so that's just for the targeted grant. Now, what I didn't tell y'all was SBA done got beat up over the head so much about these $10,000 that they're now coming out with another grant for $5,000. Okay, that's right. So the SBA is going to be coming out with another supplemental grant. They have not stated how they want to do it, if they're going to send you an email to apply or if they're going to let you apply. More than likely, they're probably going to send an email because too many people have been bombarding them. So you may receive another email from the SBA for a $5,000 grant. And there is a new supplemental targeted grant that's coming out. All right. So as soon as I see them make it live on their page, I will put that out, but I'm just letting you guys know there is some more money coming out for everybody. Okay, that's for everybody. So if they contact you, then go on and apply and get the money. All right, so let me see what questions I got. It says, does the food truck have to be in operation since last year? Well, they want 2019 and 2020 taxes. So if you don't have, the food truck wasn't in operation, I'm hoping you at least got a Schedule C that you can show them that you've been doing something. Now, I forgot to mention caterers. I'm glad somebody tagged Kernisha in this post, but if you are a caterer, I forgot to mention that caterers can also get this restaurant revitalization fund loan. Okay, so caterers, food truck owners, restaurant owners, bar and alcohol owners, if you have a snack cart, anything. Okay, so as long as you're selling some type of food, and that's where the majority of your sales come from, you can apply for this RRF loan that they're going to be putting out. Okay, so Shardy, I hope you heard me when I repeated myself. Okay, now the email, somebody said, how does the email look? When you get an email from the SBA, the email, the back of the email is black, and you will know that it's real because the SBA starts everything off in bold red. If you are not sure, you can always send it. You can, especially if you're you got my contact information, you can send it to me and I'll verify it. Scammers are being smart and they're getting better. So let me tell you a scam that's going on before I move on. One, scammers are copying they're copying SBA letters, and they're trying to send it to you and telling you that if you want to be reconsidered, to send your personal information. Now, the SBA does ask for your personal information when you're filling out a 4506T. So it's very difficult sometimes to know if you're talking to a real person or a scammer. But this is how you can tell. Please go to the top of the email and click on the name or the email that is sending you an email, the person. All you got to do is go up into who it came from and open it. And if it does not end with a .gov, .gov, it's not real. Okay? SBA, all of their emails end in .gov. All right? So another thing, all SBA employees usually have an email address you can respond back to, or they have a phone number. And if they call you, all SBA employees have a badge number. They do that to try to help you think that they're legit, which is so stupid because scammers can give you a badge number too. But I'm just letting you guys know, please check who it came from to see if it's real. Another scam. Individuals are calling people with student loans, and they're telling you that if you pay a discounted price, that they will wipe your loans out. And you believe that it's true because you're like, damn, how do they know how much money I have in student loans? I didn't tell nobody. Well, it's public record, okay? So your loans are public record. And since we're speaking of loans and public record, I saw what somebody did in our local area here. And I just want to say that PPP loans are public record and they're out and anybody in the world can see it. We can see anybody's anywhere, everywhere, okay? So maybe they thought they were trying to unveil something, but they didn't, because you didn't do anything that nobody didn't already know about. And the ones that didn't know, oh, well, I knew. So they were already public record and they're going to continue to be public forever, all right? So just so y'all didn't know in TikTok land, they are public record. You get a loan, they're gonna know about it, all right? Now, so if somebody offers you a discount that you pay a small amount for your student loans and they will wipe off the rest of your loans, please run. That is also a scam. Nobody can discount your student loans that you owe, all right? Nobody. Now, I'll answer that in a second, Foxy. So let's talk about these student loans really quick because I've been getting hammered with questions. Now, I did put the video out that let you see all the schools that were closed down. Those schools you can most certainly apply to get your student loan forgiveness. But if you went to a school that you feel should be on the list, I can't tell you not to apply. You can, but I'm going to tell you that if it is a school that is still open right now, it could be very hard to get that student loan erased. I'm just telling you, it's going to be very difficult, okay? So I would tell you to do a little bit of research before you do it so that you can make sure that you are going to have a good chance of getting your loan wiped off. A lot of people are getting their loans wiped off. The Department of Education is only taking about 90 days to go through these applications. They're going through them fast because they already know the schools that are going to be automatically qualified, okay? So if you know somebody who went to Virginia College, who went to Everest, who went to ITT, any of those Corinthian colleges, golly, it's so many of them. I don't even Argosy. I'm just going off the top of my head. I mean, it's like a lot of schools that got shut down, and you guys have probably paid student loans for them. That's why when I tell you to apply to use both forms, the borrower's defense form only stops you from owing the money, but the closed loan, the closed school student loan discharge form gives you money back if you ever paid monies towards that loan. So that's why I tell everybody to apply for both of them. Also, if you get approved for these loans to get your loans wiped off, student loan is saying it's going to take them 60 to 90 days and they will wipe you out the system and they're going to remove them from your credit report. So some people might be getting into some houses this year because they debt to income ratio is going to be very different because these loans going to be wiped off. So if you think you qualify, or you went to one of them raggedy schools that done closed down, I don't care if it's a beauty academy, a nursing school, a barber school, whatever it is, if you think it's raggedy, they ain't no longer around, go and try to get those loans taken off of your credit and out of the system so you can buy a dang on house, folks, okay? It says, my husband and kids have a t-shirt business. I'm disabled. Will they affect me? It depends. It says if your husband and kids have a t-shirt business, it's not going to affect you because you're not going to be applying for it in your name. So you can apply. All right. It says, what about the ones who didn't get a grant or a loan at all? If you didn't get a grant or you didn't get a loan, the only thing that you have available to you are outside grants, meaning grants from your county, grants from your city, or grants that you find on Hello Alice, I Fund Women, and any of the regular grants they have in stores. Like City Trends had a grant, Black Lives Matter had a grant, Lowe's had a grant. Chick-fil-A, matter of fact, Chick-fil-A got a grant right now. They got it's a lot of grants out there because remember, these people get loads and loads of money, these companies, and they have to give a certain amount of their money for philanthropy efforts. So if you have a nonprofit, which I think everybody should have one, you definitely should be applying. And if you just have a regular for-profit, or LLC, or corporation, you might have to look a little harder, but there are grants out there for you as well, okay? But most of this is for people who got businesses or something like a business and got these government loans, okay? All right, so it says, are they really strict on the area? I'm assuming you're talking about the loans. Yeah, they're pretty strict. Speaking of strict too, if you're on Social Security disability, I wouldn't even try. I would check with Social Security before you try and go and get these large amounts of loans. I know someone already called unemployment, and this is for Florida. Unemployment said that it's not going to hold it against the person. They want you to be off of unemployment. Okay, they want you to be to have waited your 8 weeks before they actually want you to get back on unemployment. So they want you to get off unemployment and then get back on. I don't know who's going to do that, but that's what they're saying. If you're on Section 8, I would be careful. Now, if you're on regular Section 8 where you just paying the little small amount, then that's the one I would check. But if you're on Section 8 and they're doing that FSS program where they're helping you put aside some money for a house, you should be okay. But everybody else, if you live in housing, that type of thing, more than likely you probably don't have a business, but you should check to make sure that you're not going to be losing or messing up anything for your situation, okay? So the $25,000 first-time home buyers grant, I'd rather wait to discuss it until it's live. And the reason why is because I like all the details, okay? So if y'all don't know, everybody's on their toes right now waiting for this jury verdict for, the George Floyd case. So everything is probably going to be on hold at least until, well, who knows? Depending on the judgment, I would say we probably hear something tomorrow, but we might not. Capitol might shut down again. We don't know. So I'd rather wait until it's passed before we start talking about the $25,000 home buyer grant. But I will do some of my homework ahead of time. Okay. What's the name of what website, Deidre? I'm sorry. And Capri Sun, what grant are you talking about, hon? All right. I just came in. I don't know if you talked about the 5,000. Do we have to apply, or are they going to use the same application that we use for the targeted? We don't know. The targeted grant, that extra $5,000 loan that they're doing, that grant that they're doing, we have to wait until the site is live, but they're going to put out all the details. They haven't listed it yet. They just stated that they are going to do another 5,000 for whoever is, gonna be eligible for it. Okay. If you're waiting on a bank to get any money to pay you guys for the PPP, it could be taking a long time because the SBA is changing their rules. I get an email like every couple days from Biz to Credit telling me to update. So it could be the SBA is changing stuff. It could be maybe they're reviewing your application, and maybe you don't meet all the requirements that they want. It's a lot of different reasons, and they don't let you call them. So the only thing you can do is wait to see if you're going to get a decision, or go and apply somewhere else. All right. All right, so let me see. You guys already know the tax refund, not tax refund. The tax filing period has been pushed to May 17th. I'm still telling people to check their where's my refund, and I'm telling you to check it at least every day or every other day. If you still have not gotten a refund check, you could be held up because, and I'm not talking about your stimulus coming through a refund. I'm talking about your regular tax refund from your work, from unemployment, from your job, W-2s and all that. Check where's my refund, because some people are noticing that their tax return amount is going up and some are noticing that it's going down. So if you falsely claim that you got the stimulus, if you falsely claim that you didn't get the stimulus, but you did, IRS is automatically reducing your tax refund for that, okay? They're increasing it if you did the unemployment and they didn't have the $10,200 included. They're automatically going to increase your refund for that. Let's see, what else have I seen? If they didn't catch something with a dependent or some sort, they will catch that later and remove. I'm telling you, I've seen people go from owing money to not owing money to thinking they were going to get a really large refund to not as large as they had expected because of all the things that came off the top. So please check where's my refund so that you can see. Now, if you're still seeing nothing or payment processing or not enough information, all that means is they still working on it, okay? If you get any of those tax topics, 151, 152, those are good. Those aren't bad. Let me see. If you're trying to see where your $1,400 stimulus, of course, that is that's get my payment. That's where you can check for that at. I'm hoping that these $1,400 stimuluses should be finishing up really soon so we can get back to paying everybody their tax refund, okay? Now, I know y'all probably gonna ask about, okay, and Larissa, if you need help, we offer application assistance. Just so y'all know, those two applications for the student loan, one is 24 pages and one is 4 pages. So it is not an easy feat. So I can imagine some people would need help, okay? Now, if you graduated and got a degree, I would not waste my time because they're gonna deny you because they're gonna say you got your you got your degree. Now, if you went to a school that's closed down, is no longer accredited, you can apply for the borrower's defense to see if they will let you do that. More than likely, they're probably going to say no because you got a degree. But if you went to a school that lost their accreditation, to me, the degree is kaput. You can't really use it. So I know they tell you that if you have to make a choice. So if you graduated from school and you're trying to apply to get these loans discharged, you have to give up that degree. Like you can't say that you have that degree anymore. So you got to make that choice, Lachelle, on what you want to do. Okay. So 90 days and I'm going on 2 years waiting. And this is after they settled on one of my loans and paid off 10K. I'm still waiting for the other 50K to be discharged. Hey, Alexis. And you probably applied under the Trump administration. And I know people who applied under the Trump administration are having to wait a lot longer because they did not want to forgive all the money in the beginning. Whereas under the Biden administration, they're forgiving the money. So you're probably waiting a while because they have to run it through the mill again. I have people that have turned these in this year and got a decision already from their loan servicer. So I'm sorry you have to wait, but you might want to call and check. Their line should not be busy, all right? You went to Virginia College. I will send you the links. Matter of fact, just send me an inbox. I'll send it to you. Let me see if y'all got any more questions. Oh, the child tax credit. I know a lot of y'all want to know about that. Nothing's changed much. Hold on. I'm trying to see if they made a decision yet, but they didn't. Okay, so it says, what about low income housing? Are they putting people out? No, they're not putting people out, but I would tell you to, depending on which housing program you're on, I would verify to see if you can get that money. It's gonna be hard to justify you needing housing when you got a $40,000, $50,000 check, because they're gonna say, well, where and what did you do with the money? Okay. Can you get the grant if you got the PPP? Yes, you can. You can get the grant and the PPP. You can get all these loans. You can get the restaurant loan, the EDIL loan, the PPP loan. You can get all the money they're trying to give you, okay? Gloria, if you want to know where to start, please get my contact information and reach out to me. It's not that hard at all, actually. Okay, so I can help you with your student loan, Ronnie Rich. You know how to reach me. Let's see. My dad hasn't received his stimulus check and he's on Social Security. If he has not received it, Erica, we can help you file to get his, well, which one? This fourth one? If he hasn't received this fourth one, he still just has to wait. But if it's the other ones, we can help you with that, okay? So we have to amend our taxes if we did it already before the law. No, do not go amend your taxes at all. The IRS does not want you to do anything, but let them fix it, and they will give you your money when it's time, okay? Is all states doing the plus up? I think Georgia opt. So the plus up, the stimulus plus up, that started April 6th. That runs April 6th all the way to the end of the year. Nobody can opt in or out for the plus up because that is just IRS sending you the, pretty much it's your stimulus and a half, okay? If they didn't give you your full amount, they're giving you the rest, okay? That's not an additional check. It's just the rest that they did not give you. So the plus up is just them giving you money they owe you. The child tax credit, that is what you can opt in and opt out of. From what I'm reading, they're going to want you to have filed taxes in 2020. So you and you can do a simple tax return, but you have to have something. So as it becomes open, and they have not opened it yet, I check all the time. It's not open yet. When it comes open, I'll let you guys know. You can go put your information in, and you can opt in or you can opt out. Okay, I don't know if they're gonna make you put your kids on there. We don't know yet. But the IRS, the only thing they said is we're ready to cut these checks for the $300 and the $250. And then whatever's left over after December, you're gonna get the rest of that at tax time. What does that mean? That means your checks will be smaller than they normally are because you got paid half of the money you would have gotten up front. Okay, not half of your tax return, but half of the tax credit, the child tax credit. So it could be smaller. All right, this is a refundable credit, so pretty much they're paying you in advance. All right, and if they pay you in advance, same thing like you do with a job. If they pay you in advance, when you get your check gonna be smaller. Same thing with this refund, gonna be smaller next year. Okay, so I'm just letting y'all know. So once the portal opens, you can opt out. You can't do it right now. All right. So your unemployment was less than $10,200. Will there be a tax refund and file before tax forgiveness? Yes, if your unemployment was less than $10,200, you can still apply. Some of y'all didn't get your stimulus, so you need to apply to get your stimulus. And if you got the 1099 from unemployment, please apply. And that thing about we can file taxes every 3 years, that is such bad news. Yes, you have 3 years to file. But when you file, they're going to go back and assess penalties and fines for being late. So a file every year. Don't wait. Even if it's less than $10,200, file it and get it over with. All right. Meaning, too, if you did not file in 17, 18, or 19, please don't let that money sit on the table. Go back and file if you did not, and you have children or W-2s or whatever it is. Go back and file and get your money and stop waiting. All right. Let's see. And just FYI, there is no fourth stimulus. I know people keep saying, is there one? No, there is not a fourth stimulus, not at all. All right. Will housing in Section 8 raise people rent when they start giving them that money for the kids every month? No, I don't believe they're going to do that. They haven't necessarily stated it yet, but this should not be counted as income because all this is your tax refund advance. That's it. So no, they should not raise the rent or punish you in any way, even though they're giving you this money. They're just giving it to you in advance. And then come next, tax season, you're going to have less of a tax return. So it breaks itself, it makes it even. So no, I don't think you're going to have to worry about housing or anything like that. Okay. Let's see. I'm just checking to see if anybody, what about low income? No, they're not putting people out. We went over that one. I don't know what your question is. That boy, Drake, Jack, I'm sorry. Can you ask it again, please? I apologize. These messages can go kind of fast. Let me see. My husband and kids, I answered that one. Okay, so Drake, Jack, ask that question again, and then I'll get you. Okay, let's see. Are they supposed to give money to parents each month if you have children in the Biden bill? Yes. So if you gave your kids to somebody else, please make sure that you get your information straight so that they're not going in and opting in to claim your kids to get the check, because whoever opts in and puts that information in, they're going to get that money. Okay. So make sure you get in there and do it first. Can a freelancer do it? Yes, a freelancer can, as long as you have income. You have to make at least a minimum of $2,000 on your Schedule C to even get anything. And I think that's getting like a $500 loan. But yes, you can. All right, real quick, FEMA, the COVID application for funerals is open. If you have not applied, please do so. You can get up to $35,000 on one application. The emergency rental assistance programs are open. I haven't really heard too many people saying anything good other than landlords not wanting to accept the money. And if they don't want to accept the money, then you're more than likely going to be stuck with having to move because you can't make them take this money. Now, if you sign the CDC eviction moratorium, now I can give you the information, but it does state that if you sign this eviction moratorium and you give it to your landlord, they are not to put you out for unpaid rent. Okay, now they can put you out for any other reason, but they cannot put you out for unpaid rent with this CDC eviction moratorium. And it says clear as day. So, you know, a lot of these landlords are going to be hoping that y'all not reading or not paying attention, but that is what it says. Okay, so the best thing a person can do right now is be late on their rent so that they cannot get put out. Okay, it's crazy. All right, it says, does all this funding only apply to already established businesses? Yes. Does the business have to be in operation for a specified time prior to applying? February 15, 2020. It needs to be open by then. Is it true that non-parents will get taxes credit? I don't know what that means, but if you are not a parent, I'm sorry, Dwight, I don't know what that means. If you're not a parent, you will not be getting any additional money in January through December. Okay, this is only for people with dependents. All right. So if you don't got no kids, don't try to get none right now, all right? Just don't want. Oh, thank you, Dwight. I appreciate it. Got my earrings from my girl. Okay, I don't know if she on here, but I got my earrings from Chanel. All right. Is the IRS doing the tax amendment? Do not do any amendments on your taxes. IRS says let them do it. If you do it, it takes them double the work. So let them do it, and they will just give you your money. You're just going to have a late tax refund, okay? That's all. So don't do anything, Liz. All right, so let's see where we are. What do I got? I want to see if you sent that new message. I haven't gotten any of the stimulus money. How do I get it? Easy. If you haven't gotten any of the stimulus money, then you need to, you can hit me up offline and I will give you my office number and we can file your stimulus for you to get that. What about first-time business loan? Is that open? There is no first-time business loan. If y'all watch me, y'all know I always say nobody gives anybody money who is just starting up. They only like to give money to businesses that already been in operation. Why? Because they want to make sure that you don't spend that money on stuff that you shouldn't be. So they like to see that you have a real business, so at least they can think you're going to use it for the right reasons. So no, but have people been applying for a startup and getting paid through PPP? Yes. I am not telling you to do it. I'm just letting you know what's going on out there, okay? If you didn't get your second stimulus, Wyoming up for 2020 taxes, no, you don't need to. If you didn't get it, no, you shouldn't amend. That question should have been in your tax papers when your tax preparer did your tax forms. They asked you questions about your taxes already. So your refunds, your recovery rebate. So if you did not get it, you should wait on it or go back to your tax preparer and ask them to did they answer the question that you did not get the 600, okay? Is it a certain day the IRS mails out stimulus payments? It seems like they mail them out on a Wednesday. Honestly, it really does seem like they mail them out on a Wednesday. But I cannot verify that. But no matter what, even if they mail it, you need to wait 21 days from that date to make sure that you're going to receive it. You got to give them enough time to get it, okay? It says, what does the COVID FEMA's doing reimbursement for individuals who have passed or died due to COVID. They're paying you back for any funeral expenses, okay? Not any money that was donated to you from a GoFundMe, but actual funeral expenses that you paid or your family paid, okay? All right, so you said I'm a freelancer. Can I get a PPP loan? I was doing landscaping but didn't have a bank account, just applied for my LLC. When you do your PPP loan, it doesn't have to be a business bank account. It doesn't say that. It just says a bank statement. Now, if you have a business bank account, that's great. But if you don't, people have been getting it with just their regular bank statement, okay? So I'm just throwing that out there too. Is that boy Drake on TikTok? Oh, sorry to get him. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. What about grants for starter businesses? I answered that already. They don't do them, but you can still go and look for regular grants to get that. Stimulus update says I'm eligible and it has my bank account, but no date, any info. Nope, you just gotta wait. At least they got that much for you. A lot of people aren't even getting that, so I'm glad that you got something showing. Okay. Does a nonprofit need to have a 501c3 to apply for PPP? It doesn't. It depends. If they ask, if where you go to a bank, if it says it needs to be a 501c3, then yes. But if they just say nonprofit, then no, because you could be a nonprofit in your state and don't have a 501c3 title and still apply. So I would tell you to just look in the fine print or whatever bank you try to apply for to see if they're going to let you do it without being 501c3. Okay. Is IRS reissuing stimulus payments? I had to send mine back in because my husband is in jail and they added him onto the check. So there was no way I could have deposited or cashed the check. Yeah, they should be reissuing you. If you don't get it now, you'll get it next tax season. I doubt you probably get it by the end of this year, but I think it'll probably be a tax season. You'll get it. Some people are telling me they're having problems cashing those checks. You can always send it to the prison. Some prisons are taking a fee. You can also have a direct deposit to your bank. If your bank is one of those that don't mind you having another check come in, I would tell you to check with your bank. And then you can also do a mobile deposit. But if you do mobile deposit or you deposit at the ATM, it needs to have 2 signatures, one for you and one for the inmate, so that it can be cashed. A lot of times they want you to have the ID, all right? Because they don't usually just like to take somebody else's check and cash it through your account. So if you have an ID, that will be a lot more helpful to your situation. But yes, they are making it a little difficult. But if you don't get it, Rissa, they'll let you apply for it next year in tax season, okay? What's the fastest way to get in contact with unemployment people? There is no fast way. You gotta wait, unfortunately. Is it true that the IRS will take out 10% of $10,200? It's the amount that's left over. Okay, the IRS only takes out 10% if you didn't pay taxes to begin with. So if you got your unemployment in the very beginning and you did not elect to take out any taxes, you are supposed to pay 10% of that, right? But now that they're doing the 10,200 tax exclusion, they're going to take that first, and then if you're over, then they want to take taxes from that, they can. Okay, so they're doing the first 10,200 tax free. But anything over that, and you did not pay taxes on it, they're gonna take something from you, and that usually is 10%. Okay. All right. It says, can you give your information because I want to ask some questions. All right. So if you guys want to get in contact with me, let me see. I don't think I put my office number up here, but I will put my text line number. Okay. So again, y'all know y'all can text and join my text group, 407-698-3804, 407-698-3804. Please sign the link so I know who I'm talking to. You know, fill out your name for real. And from there, if I need to call you or whatever, we can definitely do that to go over whatever your situation is. Okay. I got a lot of ways to be contacted, so you don't have to worry about missing me. You will get me. Okay. And let me do this before I let you guys go. I usually like to be done by 8 o'clock. Y'all know that. Okay. It says I've been cutting grass, getting cash, and been depositing $2,000 at a time in my account, but just applied for my official LLC. Well, that's gonna make it very hard to prove that you have a business if you've been depositing cash. And if you go and report that you've been depositing cash, they're gonna make you pay taxes on that money. So then you gotta decide, do you want to pay taxes on this money and report cash to get this PPP loan? And actually, you know what? Ian, we need to talk offline because you got a lot of stuff going on. So let's talk offline about your situation, and I'll just be able to give you some advice to let you know if you should do it or not. Okay. If you claim your parents on your taxes, was I supposed to get a stimulus check for the both of them this round? If you claim your parents on your taxes, yes, you should get a $1,400 payment for you and them. Kids too. Hello, Shamika, just checking in. How can we get a consult on business startup? P Teach Easy. You can reach out to me. I got a website, ShamikaSaves.com. You can email me, you can inbox me. Hell, keep on. You might mess around and get my number. You're gonna be able to call me because a lot of people do. Okay. Thank you, Christina Billis. I appreciate it. Hey, sister. All right, pandemic EBT. The only thing that's going on with pandemic EBT is you will get pandemic EBT in the summertime. That's when they're gonna go back to giving you. So let me back up. April was late coming to a lot of people who got the food stamps, and this is for Florida. April was late, so you will get your food stamps before this month is out, and then the pandemic EBT. A lot of kids may or may not be in school for the summer, so you should expect to get money or lunches like they did last time when COVID broke out. They're either going to give you food stamps or they're going to give you lunches this summer. We got to wait to see what each state or county is going to do, but they're going to do something for you for the summertime. Either give you some money and let you go get your own food or do some lunches. All right. And speaking of food, before I go, you probably already filed your taxes, but for those who did not file your taxes, and again, this goes to anybody with a food truck or any type of food business, the IRS just did this. You can now get 100% of the money you spend on food back from now until December 2022. Let me say that again. You can now get 100% of the money you spend on food back until December 31st, 2022. Now, if you have a food truck business, you would be crazy not to make sure you make mention of that to the people who come to eat. If you have a restaurant, if you sell alcohol, you got a snack cart, whatever it is, if you're a even a caterer, if you're charging somebody by the meal, they can go and get 100% of the proceeds that they spent with your business back because restaurants were hit so hard during the pandemic. So go do somebody a favor. I know I'm gonna get all my Chick-fil-A receipts. I don't know about y'all, but I give Chick-fil-A a lot of money. So I want my money back. So if y'all didn't do it this tax season, make sure you do it on your next tax. Make sure you do it next go round. And the only way you can get this back is you're gonna have to have a business so that you can do it on your Schedule C. To claim, and Schedule C is self-employment. That's how you're going to claim all that money back. You can't do it if you don't have a business. So you got to have some type of business or self-employment, but you can get 100% back. That's pretty freaking awesome. Okay. All right. Are they giving any extra money to single people with no kids? No, they're not giving no extra money to people with no kids. Could not make it today, but y'all be blessed. Thank you, Ayana. All right, single people get taxed the most. Because single people get taxed the most. And the reason why single people get taxed the most is because y'all don't never file a business. You would get taxed a lot less if you put a business down. Okay, don't worry. I'm gonna do a tax class for y'all. So we didn't get the third stimulus. Is it a chance we will get it in 10 weeks, like they said? Yes. If you did not get it, just sit back and wait. Thank you, Natasha, for putting that out. Hey, hon, we need to talk about what you text me. Well, Rena, I will get to my text messages, honey. I ain't there yet, but I will. To get the second stimulus, but 522 to tax, do I have to amend? No. Okay, just making sure there's nothing new. LaRonda, man, I be busy. But hey, LaRonda, you can call me in my office. Y'all have to call me in my office. I can get to y'all a lot quicker there. Don't forget me with it. Yes, ma'am. I know. I got you, Foxy. How do we get it back? What you talk about, Tyron, you could just text me and ask me. Thank you, Yolanda. Vanna, I appreciate that. I do this because I just want y'all to have some good information, okay? So again, it's about to be 8 o'clock. It says I didn't get either stimulus for my parents as dependents. They only sent this last round only. How can I get the other past stimulus payment for them? Lachelle, you're going to need to file taxes for them. So you can call my office tomorrow. We can file their taxes right over the phone. For 2020, if you did not already file them. If you did, I cannot do anything for you, okay? So let me run through a couple things and I'm gonna let y'all go. If you're waiting for the $50 internet and the $100 computers, on the 27th of this month, they're going to give out instruction for us to let y'all know how y'all can get it. So this should be ready to go in May. The portal, the non-filers portal, so that you can do your information for the child tax credit should also be live, okay? What else? If you're a small business owner, okay, you have a business, please go and take advantage of, and this is for Florida, FP&L is doing a discount on the light bill. I think they're giving like 10 or 15% off. So if you have a business owner, please get set up on that program. And if you did not file your stimulus, please go and file it. You're not going to be able to after the next tax season. That's it. Okay. So please stop leaving money on the table. Go back and file your last tax years. And I'll send my, I don't want to give out the office number. I'm going to text me in the group and then I'll get the office number that way. The student loan forgiveness, still live. It is real. It is very true. Just make sure you're not falling for nobody's tricks. Same for the SBA. Please be on the lookout for an additional email for the $5,000. It is coming. And other than that, if y'all don't have anything for me, I think I covered enough tonight. Thank y'all for tuning in. Again, I can be reached on anywhere, any of my social media. Please, you can bring me your situation and let me see if I can give you an answer that's tailored towards you. You can just do a little consultation and we can get you straight. So you don't got to worry about nothing. But anyway, y'all have a good one. Be blessed. And I'll see y'all next Monday. And please check out my TikTok videos because I keep them going to keep y'all updated with what's going on. All right. So see y'all next Monday, y'all. Bye. Oh, dang, what you asked? Who to contact with the student loans? Oh, yeah. Well, Vonda, you late. You're going to have to rewind it. And Tyron, we can talk offline, okay? I'll see y'all later. Bye.